Hi, I'm SuperSocks and welcome to my little corner of the internet. I upload videos on a regular basis all about the games I love and try to tell a good old yarn in the process. If you like what you see, feel free to click on the subscribe button. It would also help me greatly if you enjoy this video to click the thumbs up button or even the thumbs down button. Back in 2012, us lowly gamers were introduced to the neon-soaked ultra-violence of Hotline Miami, a top-down frenetic shooter that was a blood-splattered breath of fresh air, if that's even a thing. In the following years, we've had a few notable pretenders to the throne: Ape Out with its guerrilla-based violence, Hong Kong Massacre with its top-down 3D stylized violence, and My Friend Pedro with its side-scrolling banana-themed violence. Now there is a new pretender to the crown, a stylised monochromatic top-down roguelite shooter. I give you Otxo. Otxo, or OTXO as the title reads, is an intense top-down shooter with an abstract Lynchian style story. You play a nameless character who wakes washed up on a mysterious beach, resembling a seminal movie of the 2000s, wearing a mask that a random stranger drops in front of you on the tube. You find out your beloved has been kidnapped and is being held in a mansion of what seems like epic proportions. And yes, you guessed it, only you can rescue them. After meeting a few fairly bizarre characters, a nun who likes guns, a groundsman that seems to know more than he lets on, and a bartender that in my opinion looks mysteriously like Leonardo DiCaprio. Is there a theme here? The meat of the game kicks off, and by meat I actually mean blood, and lots of blood. Floor to walls. It transpires your character is a dab hand at the art of clearing rooms using whatever gun he can get his mitts on, like an abstract black and white John Wick. There is no denying the minute the amazing soundtrack kicks in, the blood starts rushing to your brain, those neurons firing the same way they did the first time you picked up your mouse or controller when your first run at Hotline Miami began. Moving from room to room, serving out your own style of hot-lead justice gives you that special kind of buzz. When that combo meter starts counting up, you're earning more and more coins, switching in and out of slow-mo as you dispatch enemies in this black and white ballet. There is no feeling like it. Interspersed in between these floors, you're sent back to the foyer, where the roguelite elements come into play. In this foyer, you'll meet up again with Leo, our barman, who will offer you shots that give you perks that you will carry on through your run. Things like the ability to turn corpses into mini turrets, more health, better recharge rate on your slow-mo meter, or bullets that have a chance to fly out of slain enemies into others. You then have what I like to call the meta progression woman, a beautiful mysterious woman that for a price offers you the chance to spend your leftover coins to unlock new perks or drinks to use on other runs. Oh, and the nun shows up again, giving you the ability to pick and choose what weapons enemies drop on subsequent floors or runs. The floors themselves add replayability as well. The rooms that the floors are comprised of are all handcrafted, and I believe, according to the developer, there are around 150 of these rooms. Yet each run, these rooms are randomly put together so that each layout is different. In addition to this, enemies on each run, outside of the starting floor, can have different augments, like more armour, be better aware of your presence, faster, etc, etc. Oh yeah, and there is these mysterious rooms that you come across every so often that give you access to new weapons and some weird spooky lore, and the weird red mask guy that basically turns up at random and tell you how rubbish you are. I really like the art style. The black and white aesthetic is really cool, and there is no denying it, with all that crimson flashing across the screen creating an almost blood-soaked abstract painting. It all adds to the prevailing weirdness of this game. I'm a sucker for a good pixel style game as well, and Otxo really nails its looks. The enemies are easy to see, and even though the gunfights are frenetic, everything is clearly visible for my aging eyes to keep up with. Everything controls well as well. I spent all of my playthrough using a controller. Your character is controlled using the left thumbstick, aiming is through the right thumbstick, vaulting and slow-mo is used through the left bumper and left trigger, and firing is right trigger. All really well laid out and easy to control. Your actions have been tightly mapped, which is great for a game like this that relies on such quick reflexes. All these aspects, when thrown into the melting pot, create a really good game. It's just not quite a great game, and let me tell you why. The moment-to-moment gameplay is undeniably great, yet as the game goes on, things start to feel a little looser. Enemy AI is not perfect, and once you realise you can just kite them around a pillar or bottleneck them through a doorway, the gameplay loses some of its gloss and sheen. Also, the augments that are added to each floor or area don't really seem to make much noticeable effect. Like when enemies are supposed to be more aware, they already react pretty well to you kicking a door in. The only time you might notice some difference is if there's an augment that says that enemies are armoured. You'll just find that they're a bit more spongy and take more shots to take down. The difficulty curve also seems to be somewhat, I want to say, artificial and all over the place. The first area you go into is intense, yes, but completely manageable. It's a nice starting area. You then come across the boss. To be brutally honest, was nothing more than a bullet sponge. You could just stand there, move from side to side a little and unload your gun several times because the game gives you unlimited ammo in the boss areas, which is really, really weird compared to the rest of the game. So you can just stand there and just shoot until it's finished. But then all of a sudden, after one or two bosses, the game just throws everything at you without any kind of gradual ramp. And it gives you no breathing space at all. Enemies suddenly come out of every orifice, they become stronger than a T-1000 and have the aim of a god. And don't get me started on those bloody lizards that are just flying at your face with complete abandonment. This difficulty spike wouldn't be quite so frustrating if it wasn't for the rooms themselves. I appreciate there being care and attention going into the designs of these, but when you're trying to frantically escape a hail of bullets and it's not distinguishable if the chair or wall you come across can be vaulted over, it kind of leads to some really frustrating ends to your run. I'm not going to deny, for the most part, I've had great fun playing this game, and having that music seep into your eardrums really helps you go for another run. I just can't help but think with a little more tightening, this could have been a really awesome game. But what do you think, guys? Have you played Otxo? What are your likes, your dislikes? Feel free to tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked what you've seen, please feel free to give that subscribe button a little tickle. Thank you for watching, everyone. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.